I took command of my battalion at Fort Benning, Georgia in July of 1964. It was a battalion composed of about 75% draftees and 1/4% regular Army volunteers. It was a great battalion. We trained together for 14 months at Fort Benning and in North and South Carolina and in North Georgia. When I took command of that battalion, on the first day when I stood in front of my troopers, I made a short speech. I said, we're going to be the best air assault infantry battalion in the world. Now go back to your barracks and get rid of all second place trophies. From now on, we will display and accept only first place in this battalion. I promise you that when we go into combat, and I think we shall because the Vietnam War is heating up in 1964, when we go into combat, I will be the first man on the ground and the last man out, and I will leave no man behind. My proudest accomplishment in my life is that in 2 wars, Rifle Company Commander in the Korean War, I fought on Pork Chop Hill twice, 2 battles, T-Bone Hill, Old Baldy, 14 months. In 2 wars, I never lost a man missing in action or prisoner of war. I think that's all I want to say, except that we had a hell of a good battalion when we went into LZ X-ray. We were gravely under strength due to discharges. My battalion was composed probably of 3/4% draftees and 1/4% volunteers. But we had trained together for months back at Fort Benning in the Carolinas and Georgia. When we hit the ground at X-ray, it was all quiet. But then shortly after we had been on the ground for about maybe 45 minutes, one of my companies captured a North Vietnamese prisoner who was a scared kid, about 18 years old, no weapon, and he thought we were going to kill him. I sent my interpreter over immediately, and I went with him, and we questioned that kid, and he said there are 3 battalions of Pavan troops on the mountain above us. They want very much to kill Americans, but they have not been able to find any. And I knew then that we were in for a hell of a fight. Shortly thereafter, A Company, commanded by my dear friend, then Captain Tony Nadal, made heavy contact, and that started the battle, which went on nonstop for 3 days and 2 nights. Some of you may have read the book or saw the movie, and the book is very accurate, best that Joe and I could make it. The movie is about 3/4% accurate, about 1/4% Hollywood. My infantry battalion was typical of the other infantry battalions in the 1st Cav Division. Right before we went to Vietnam, an order came down that every soldier with less than 60 days left to serve in the Army would not be sent to Vietnam. So right off the bat, I lost probably 40, 50 great soldiers that I'd trained for a year and a half. And all the other battalions in the division had the same problem. So we were shipped out to Vietnam gravely under strength. Probably I had, when I went into that battle at X-ray, I probably had 400 men. My authorized strength was 750 men. And we were fighting a North Vietnamese regiment of almost 3,000 men. It was pretty tough, but I had great NCOs and great junior officers like Captain Nadal and Lieutenant Marm, and they're the ones that won that battle. All I had to do was was leading them.